Hey guys, how's it going? So, today I'm going to talk about just the mindset. So, I'm going to target things like people who have got erectile dysfunction, and people who are on a mission of no fap, semen retention, and sexual. I will say sexual moderation is very important. So, when you go from no fap to semen retention, and then one day you marry a woman or whatever, you learn how to still not engage in so much sex. Okay, I think Chinese medicine has a sexual moderation. Sort of, I've got one on my channel. Okay, so have a look at it if you want about sexual moderation. Okay, but let's say you are, your sexual health is horrible. Okay, well, look, young people, and I'm going to say this to the people who are no fappers and semen retenders or whatever you call them. I'm going to say that when you're young, all you think is partying, porn, and girls. You're very short. You're very like what's the word? You're not focusing that much on the future, right? But once you have a scare, or like where things aren't happening the way it should be, and you're exhaust, your sexual health isn't feeling as strong as what it used to be, or you have erectile dysfunction. The only thing you wish for, a lot of times, is having, and I'm talking about the young guys, wife and a family. They're the things you really want. Okay, it's like anyway. So the guys who are dealing with erectile dysfunction, obviously it's going to happen to me one day, but I think it's really important to still try and remove lust from your mind. Drinking, drugs, things like that, but removing lust from your mind is incredibly important, because it may help you deal more with the situation you're in. So if I wasn't focused on, and I don't want to sound religious, but if I didn't focus on my lustful thoughts and things that ejaculation, masturbation, pornography, staring at pretty girls and stuff like that, and I was acting and I was perving at girls and lots of stuff, and I hadn't worked on it, I'd be like a creepy 40-year-old man. Okay, so it's really important that you work on this stuff. Now, I wish I never touched porn. I wish I never engaged in sort of lustful activities when I was young. I wish I just, but once you do it, it's a drug. Very hard to stop. It's going to take me probably, and addictions can take a lifetime. So, all I can recommend is if you're working fine down there and you're practicing semen retention, well, practice it, okay? But if you have erectile dysfunction or some really serious sexual health issues, or you have sexual health issues, like, you're going to have to really focus in the next year to try and recover as much as you can, okay? So anyway, I'm going to go back to so by having a different mindset now, it's made it easier for me to be not this creepy old man. I recommend anyway. But the other thing I was going to say is there's a whole life out there. There's things. Like when I was young and I had married young kids and family. That's all I wanted. But once I had them, it's like, gee, like, where's my life going? All my money's going towards the kids. It's very stressful, very demanding. You're working a lot and seeing nothing in return for a very long time. Now, all three of my kids are really well-natured and growing up well, okay? But it's a lot of stress, okay? And you got the guy who may have erectile dysfunction and he's out there, I don't know, doing blacksmithing or woodwork or tuning, working on cars, and he comes home, finishes up work, and he's got a different life. Okay, and he's accepted that he's not going to see maybe not have a female friend. Okay, but that can be used to your advantage. There was poets out there, famous poets who had erectile dysfunction, and I wish I could find it on YouTube. I saw it once and I can never see it again. But it was about these famous poets that had erectile dysfunction. I think one of them said, finally, one of them said this, if I can remember, finally, you can sharpen your mind to stimulate a woman rather than sharpening your sword. And I don't know if that's exactly what he said, but you know, there was other poets who were talking about how humble they were after they experienced erectile dysfunction. So you're going to have a different mindset. And I think as an old man, it's a new chapter, okay? But then there's this situation where there's men that are 50 years old who are married and they have erectile dysfunction and they're worried about losing their woman and they're trying to do everything they can, medication, anything, to keep that woman. I'm going to go into that in the future about certain things, and you know that are you know. But I believe that in society we look down at erectile dysfunction, but I think it actually can be a strength. But you have to get through that morning. And who am I to say I don't have erectile dysfunction, right? But I believe if you get through that morning, it could be 7 years of it. It could be 10 years of it. You know, you may have to do other things, have other hobbies, focus on other things, learn to change your mindset. You know, but I don't think it's the end of the world. It's just change. You know, once you realise you've got erectile dysfunction and you're a young fella. And, you know, it's to be able to change your mindset from having a wife and a family and then changing your mindset to being something like, a Michelangelo, okay, or something like that. You know, to change your mindset and do great things that he's done. I'm not saying he had erectile dysfunction, but he definitely lived alone. And he definitely, well, maybe he didn't. Maybe, I don't know his history. But I'm just saying, you've got that chance to become a Michelangelo, where you do famous paintings, you do famous artwork, you're doing artwork. Who cares about fame, right? You're doing things that you love, and you're focused on it rather than chasing tail and looking for women. All right? I'm just trying to help with the guys that are struggling once they find out, you know, they really are like tried everything and nothing works, and they've really done some damage to themselves. You know. So there's two choices. You can be a winner and go on a path of Michelangelo, or you can go on the path of medicating yourself, which is, you know, as in like, you know. Drugs, self-medicating, I call it, okay? So think about it. Hopefully this helps people and helps them understand, but get rid of lust because you'll be so much freer. Okay, see you later, guys.